Hey everybody, it's me, Justice Dwight, and I'm here to tell you guys about the time I got to meet Big Freedia. That's right, I met Big Freedia, the Queen Diva. I met her in real life. And I'm going to tell you how I went from sitting at home, watching her on TV, to actually getting to meet her in real life. So pretty much, maybe 3 years ago, I was first introduced to Big Freedia by my boyfriend. He was telling me, do you watch Big Freedia? Have you heard her music? And I was like, no, I have not. So basically we sat down, we binge watched, I believe it was the first season, and Big Freedia just seemed to be this person who was just full of life, very vivacious, very fabulous, very sickening, whatever you want to call it. She's all those things, plus a bag of chips. Big Freedia is everything. So from watching the show, I realized that Big Freedia had a very strong connection with her mother. And those two have a bond, and it's like this. It was just watching it was just so beautiful to see that, because it reminds me of the connection that I have with my mother. So I was able to kind of, I guess, resonate with that. It's just a special bond the two have. Like, she was very supportive of everything that he was doing, and he's just such a great personality and a great talent, and I believe she really respected that. And to me, seeing that, it was just really cool, because it just reminds me of my bond with my mom. And I guess, she had fell sick, and she did pass away, rest her soul. So after seeing that, I knew Big Freedia, I knew that was gonna hurt. Like, I knew losing her hurt Big Freedia, just from being a fan watching the show. And I was like, I want to do something for Big Freedia. In my mind, I already planned, I'm gonna paint Big Freedia. But then I thought, well, maybe I should paint something specifically for Big Freedia. And so I decided to paint a picture of her mother. And I went on her Instagram and I saw some pictures of her mom, and it was this one shot of her with this like fur, like she was doing a glamour shot. She was looking real glamorous. Like, I see where Freedia get it from, because she was working it. She was working the little fur and the pink. She had the hair. It was just good. Like, matter of fact, I'm gonna make sure that the photo is somewhere included in this, because it was good. So I chose the photo and I was like, I'm gonna paint this picture for Big Freedia. And it's very hard. I always find it difficult to paint people who have passed, because it's like, you start to feel emotions about it. Like, you're just like, oh man, like, this is someone who was very well respected, that people love, and who was such a loving person. And you just want to make sure that that all comes across in your work. You never want people to look at what you did and go, this is not, this is not that person. And so I was really worried about that. So, long story short, I painted the picture, and I was like, I think it was a gorgeous painting. So I posted on my Instagram, and I tagged Big Freedia, hoping, that she would see it. And in my mind, I was like, okay, if she sees it and she likes it, then I can mail it to her as a gift from me to her. And I thought that would be cool. But not only did Big Freedia really like it, she also reposted the painting, and she followed me on Instagram. So that was just really dope to me. That was just so cool. Like, that was just dope. So the next thing that happened, pretty much, Big Freedia was having a show here in Richmond. My boyfriend was like, oh my gosh, Big Freedia is performing in Richmond. We have to go see this show. And I was like, we're going. I don't care how much it costs. I don't care. We're going. So pretty much, we went on the website for the club. I don't think I can say the club's name, so I'm just not. But we went on the website for the club, and we had to type in our age and little shit so we could buy the tickets. The tickets, I don't remember how much they cost, but they weren't too expensive for two people. It was pretty reasonable, especially to see Big Freedia. Like, it was worth it. I would have paid way more than what I did to see her. So I paid the money, and I was like, oh my gosh, what if I could bring the painting to the show? So I was talking to my boyfriend about it, and he was like, well, make sure you ask Big Freedia first, because you never want to bring something of someone that they're emotionally attached to. Like, they have an emotional connection. That was his mother. I don't want to bring that to him as a surprise, and I never want to upset someone. You get what I'm saying? You never want to surprise someone and be like, surprise, and they like get upset about it. I mean, it could be tears of joy, it could be tears of sadness, but you never want to just pop up like that. That's not cool. So I was like, okay, let me, Big Freedia did follow me, so if I DM her, she'll get a notification. So I DM'd her, and I was like, Freedia, is it okay if I bring this painting, you know, to your show? I'm coming, I see you're going to be in Richmond. Is it alright if I bring this painting to you? And he was very nice. He was like, yes, that's perfectly fine. I would love that, you know, this, that, and the third. So that was my plan. I'm going to bring the painting, and I had a couple extra like prints of my other work for Freedia. And I was like, okay, this is going to be so much fun. We're going to listen to the music. We're going to be twerking. We're going to be getting live. All this good stuff. So the day of the concert, I am really hyped. Like, I'm super hyped. I pretty much, the day of the concert, I get dressed. I'm wearing this really loud color shirt, like probably just as loud as the one I have on. And I decided it was okay to wear platform shoes around 2 to 3 inches of a platform. And we are excited. So we're the first ones in line. We're the first ones in line outside of this club waiting. And we feel extra special because I actually got to speak with Big Freedia on Instagram beforehand. So I felt special. I was like, yes, I talked to Big Freedia. Like, he knows I'm going to be here. This is going to be amazing. We're first in line. And then, you know, things just started getting a little weird because I think it was a dude came in line. I didn't really have much interaction with dude, so he was in line behind us. And then these 2 chicks walked up, and a bunch of other people came up. Whatever, all fans of Big Freedia. We all here to support the same cause. So I thought it was gonna be lit. And then I guess it was the security. He comes walking out, and he was this big, grizzly looking dude. Like, I mean, you know, he was just big. And he was like looking at me and my boyfriend up and down. He was like, how old are you? Can I see some ID? I was like, okay, yeah, you can see some ID. Now, mind you, I didn't see on the flyer an age requirement to get into this club, nor was there any restriction online when the club got my money, because I had to type in my age to get those tickets. So I was standing there, I was like, well, you can check, I mean, the ID, but we going in the club. So he looked at the ID, you're not coming up in here. I'm like, what you mean I'm not coming up in here? I paid good money to see this show. He's like, you're not coming up in here. Not with this age, not under 21, you're not. I'm just like, whoa, what am I gonna do? I'm the first in line. I was so eager, and mind you, I was in line telling people, yes, I spoke to Big Freedia, she was so nice, blah, blah, blah. And here I am, getting pulled out of line, and not for a good thing. So I'm standing there, and I'm just like, mind you, people are laughing, people are pointing like, ha ha, your ass don't know Big Freedia, ha ha, all this stuff. And I'm just like, man, this is just, like the turn of events was just like, it just took a turn. So I'm standing there with the painting, with the prints, and these platform shoes, off to the side, watching people, you know, go into the club. And I'm just like, what am I gonna do? So I was like, oh, maybe if I tell Big Freedia what happened, maybe, you know, we can still at least go in to see the show. I mean, it's not like we're gonna be drinking or anything, so maybe we can still find a way in. That was my thought process. So Big Freedia pretty much, he messaged me back right away. Like I said, Big Freedia is one of the sweetest celebrities I've come across yet. Like, he's so cool. He messaged me right away, and he was just like, give me a call. Yeah, he said give me a call. He gave me his number. Now, I don't know, some celebrities, I know like the Kardashians, they got like 10 phones, and this one got like 12 phones. I don't know how many phones Big Freedia got, but for that moment, I was able to call her on her phone. So I was like, oh my gosh, he wanted to call him, what should I do? And my boy was like, you better call him, what are you doing? What are you waiting on? Call him so we can try to get in the club. So I call him, and I don't know, I don't think, starstruck is not even a word. It was like, you watch people on TV, you listen to their music, and then you hearing their voice on the phone, and it's not like a recording, so you just like, it's just shocking, like, it's really shocking. It was really shocking. She was just real sweet and was just like, you know, wait there, and somebody will come out there, and hopefully we'll see what we can do to get you guys to the show. Now, he didn't promise me anything, because of course, things could have been out of his control, which I already knew that. So, we're just standing there. And I mean, I guess we got there around like, I want to say 12. We were out there waiting for hours. Like 2 to 3 hours. We were out there waiting in platform shoes. And I was standing right like this. Because that security guard, Big Grizzly from earlier, was just looking like, you're not getting in here. You're not getting in here. So I stood right across from him, just looking. Because I was getting in the club. I was getting in that club. I mean, I was getting in that club.
You already know.
So, eventually we did. But let me tell you how. So, pretty much, we were standing out there and another security guy came out. Mind you, he wasn't mean like Big Grizzly. He was real nice. And he was just like, listen, you know, why don't you guys go get some food or something? You can come back when the show is over. You guys, we can't have you in to see the show, but you come back when the show is over. You can meet Big Freedia. You can give him, you know, the things you brought for him, and everything will be good. And I was like, I'm good with that. I said, that works for me. I mean, and it also, the club was actually really sweet about refunding us the money for the tickets because, like I said, we were just too young to go see this show. So we walked around the building. Like we walked around. We were only gone for like, we talked to him, and then 2 minutes later we walked around the building. So we're just standing there, and we see people walking under this street light, but the light was out. Like the light was just turned off. So we see people walking under it, and I'm like, well, there's a Buffalo Wild Wings over there. Maybe we should go get some food, come back, and it'll be good. So we walk. And mind you, we walk under the same street light where the light was off. It was off. We walk under the street light, and the light magically, it just turns, there's this big loud noise, and the light turns on. And I'm just like, what the F? Like I look up, and I'm just like, the light's on. The light is on. And then the nice security guard runs around the corner after us saying, Big Freedia wants to meet you guys now. Hurry, quick, before the show starts. I mean, the both of us, in platform shoes, we start running because my smart self, I put Big Freedia's painting and prints back in the car. So we were running all the way to the car, which was kind of far away from the club. We run to the car in these platform shoes to get the stuff, and then we get the stuff and we run back to the club. We get into the club, and there we see Big Freedia herself in all her fabulous glory, and her team. We see DJ Juan or DJ Wani Juan and all these other people, and they were all just standing there, and it was like seeing a mirage. Like Big Freedia was like a doll in real life. Like she does not look real. She is just so beautiful. Like she does not look real at all. I was just like, I feel like I was meeting a long lost aunt or something. Like it was just the best feeling ever. And the sucky thing about that though was we were sweaty as hell from running with this to go get the stuff. And I just felt, I was like, dang, Big Freedia probably not even gonna wanna touch us. Like she looked all great and we all sweaty and gross. No, Big Freedia was so loving. It was a hug. We got to take pictures with her, and there was just so many cameras flashing. And in the pictures, I was just like, I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to do. It was just like, because we had waited so long that night, and we finally got to meet her. And it was just amazing. It was just amazing. So we got to give her the things. Then Big Freedia went on. She put on a great show, from what I heard, but she always puts on a great show, so I know it was great. And it was amazing. Like I got what the other people probably might not have gotten. I got to sit there and actually meet with her and take a picture, and it was just great. So pretty much the moral of the story is when you go to a club to see someone, make sure you're of age to get in. And if you may know someone who's famous off the internet, or you might feel like you know them, don't go bragging about it, because you're gonna look real stupid when things go wrong, like I did. But it all worked out then. So pretty much, you should always support Big Freedia. Like, you gotta watch Big Freedia's show on the Fuse Network. It comes on every Wednesday night at 11. And this right here is basically Big Freedia in a box. Like, I got this from the World of Murph, and it wasn't super expensive. I kept it in the packaging because Big Freedia's on it. So I'm just gonna show you guys what it does.
You already know.
It says cool little phrases that Big Freedia always says, and it's just so cool. So buy one of these. I'm sure you can get one online, and I'm sure there's a store in your area that sells this product. Also, you can always buy Big Freedia's music, and actually in the description I'm gonna put the links to all of Big Freedia's stuff, so that way you guys can check her out. Or, I mean, I'm sure most of you already do, but if you don't, you need to get hip and check out Big Freedia. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this story. Like, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff. Bye.